Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving.
Clearly.
Clearly. Siri, what are you drinking today?
Diet Coke.
Ooh, I have a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
Delightful.
Yum.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Siri, how's life? How's your day?
My day was honestly kind of boring. Just normal school day. Actually, the most exciting part of my day, I had I ordered a new Apple Watch. I had a whole saga with this Apple Watch because I ordered an Apple Watch and I was having it delivered to Allison's house
Mhm.
because there was likely to be someone home. It's a safe place for packages to be left. And I assumed that like every other package, um, there would be some way for them to deliver it. Either, they'd leave a note and I could go pick it up somewhere, or I could like sign the slip of paper and they'd leave it the next time, or I could pre-sign online, something like that. Well, that was not the case. And the two times they attempted to deliver it here, no one was home. And I even answered the Ring camera and I was like, hi, like you can leave it. And the guy was like, I actually can't. I'll try again tomorrow. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, actually, because the next day was Saturday. But then I got an updated shipping thing and it was like, we'll try again on Monday. And I was like, no one's going to be there on Monday. So I panicked and I just ordered a second one and worked really hard to do the return to sender option for the first one. And it kept on being like, we denied it. But it took like a couple days and it's being returned to sender.
Great.
But anyway, the second watch then I had delivered to the school I work at. And it came today. And this was delightful
Good.
because I let the people in the front office know I had a package coming, and a child came and delivered it directly to me in my classroom where I promptly went to work setting it up. And it is on, and it's a little bit bigger than my last one. This is a series 10. My other one was a series 4. So that would have been pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I think I've only had the one Apple Watch. So yes, from a series 4 to a series 10. So I'm hoping the battery life will be better. And this one also has a cellular plan because I got it
Yeah.
at AT&T because then I could do monthly payments for it, which is cool.
Yeah. My first Apple Watch had a cellular plan.
Hmm.
This one does not, but
I don't think you need
I
it,
don't, yeah.
but it was just the easiest option for me right now. Right, Lila?
I got a new phone
Mm.
recently. I really like it so far. I haven't been able to set my watch up with it yet though, so I haven't been tracking my sleep and I'm not really getting notifications on my watch right now, which make the battery last a lot longer. But I do need to do that. I just haven't had time. However, though, I was printing because I'm doing another casting director workshop, and we're supposed to bring two copies of the scene, one for us and one for the reader. So I already had my copy printed, obviously, because I've been working on it. And today I was printing the copy for the reader, and my printer is a smart printer, so I use my phone to print things. So I was like crouching down by the printer. I had my phone balancing on my leg, and then Ren, who has been so needy today, jumped into my lap with such force that my phone fell just from my lap to the floor. And my brand new phone, which did have a screen protector on it, but now the screen protector has a
Oh my gosh, a
little
little shatter
crack.
in it. That's like I have a
It's
little
right
shatter
here.
on this screen protector right here.
Yeah.
And then there's a crack across the top.
So good thing I had a screen protector on it.
Oh,
The screen protector, in order to get one that would get the Amazon like same day delivery, it had to, I
there's
had,
another hairline crack from it. Do you see that?
yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
It goes up that way and
And
then
that
out
way and
and
across.
across. Yeah, it's quite a crack. Because when he hit it out of my lap, it landed on the leg of my Peloton. Um, anyway, so that's with what force that cat jumped into my lap.
Yeah.
Um, but my screen protector came in a pack of six because that was what I had to get in order to get ones that would be there day of because
Yep.
yeah. So,
We don't rot out our phones in this house.
oh, I did for the first 24
I know,
to
but that
48
wasn't by
hours.
your choice.
No, no. And then my phone came and my case was coming the next day. So there's 24 hours where my phone was just out in the world,
Good.
which was
And
terrifying.
afraid.
I was afraid. Um, and then my case came and then I was like, oh, I never ordered a screen protector for this. So then I ordered But yeah, luckily it didn't fall until I had the screen protector on it. That was the first time that phone fell. I've had it for a week now, so great.
Yes.
And it was not my fault. It was this guy's fault.
The cat.
Good thing he's cute.
The cat that launches himself into my arms.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I had barely set foot in the house before he did that today.
Yeah, literally not even 2 seconds.
Yep, it was quick.
He's been really needy today.
Hi, buddy. You just need attention.
He does. I feel bad for him because he's been alone a lot lately because I've been working out of the house a lot lately. His mom
Hmm.
has not been home much lately. Our other roommate has not been home much lately. The other cats are pretty over him.
Hello, friend. You want to come hang out with the weenies? I think they and you would hate that.
Probably. Actually, he might like it.
Maybe.
I bet he and Panini
I
could
was like,
figure
he
it
and
out.
Panini might be friends.
He and Lila are okay. I think he's scared of Lila.
Mm.
So when he tries to play with her and then she responds with like a yes, he doesn't know that's a yes and he gets scared. Um, yeah,
You're a good boy.
maybe they'll figure it out eventually. I don't know.
Who knows?
Today I had the day off, which thank God. Um, I worked until 9:30 last night, so it was close to 10 by the time I got home. Yesterday, it's a whole saga. I've been having a really rough time with my insulin pumps lately, and they just keep failing, and it's really annoying and frustrating and not great for many reasons. Um, but yesterday morning I woke up and my blood sugar had been high all night, so I figured that pod was probably failing, so I went ahead and changed it before I went to work because I was like, I am not dealing with this at work. I'm just not.
Yeah.
So I changed it. I thought I set myself up for success. Then I went to work. Same problem continued. It just did not get any better the whole entire day. And I had like my emergency vial in my bag. That thing's been in there for probably over a year. It hasn't been refrigerated. It's like it's probably not good, but like I was like, well, we'll try it. So I kept throughout the day, I kept like leaving set to go to the bathroom to give myself shots, and that wasn't working. And my pod for like at like 5 p.m. I like went into the daily overview and it said I had given 99.9 units through my pod that day.
And you're like, well, sure as shit not.
No. And then I had given like 40 units through injections. So that's like 140 units that supposedly had been administered to me.
Absolutely not.
Um, my prescription is set up to use 40 units a day max. And on average, I use 28 units a day. So that was fun.
Just
And then my pod finally wound up failing at like 7:30, and I was still at work until 9:30, so that was fun. And then I came home and I had pretty high ketones, which I did call. I think I said around 5. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have ketones when I
yeah,
get
you
home.
you did text me that, and I was like, what?
And I did. Um, but I was able to get my blood sugar back down pretty quickly. I like took a shot and showered.
It seemed pretty steady through the night.
Yeah, after that it's knock on all the things. It's been okay. But that was annoying. Yeah. So then today I got to call Omnipod, which is the maker of my insulin pump, and I got to report 14 failed pods.
Oh my
And when
God.
I said that, she was like, "You have how many?" I was like, 14. And she was like, "So this is going to be a long phone call." And I was like, "I know.
You're like, I know, I've been through this a couple
Like,
times,
I know. That's
unfortunately.
why I haven't done it yet. I know."
Yep.
Um, yeah. So an hour and a half later, they're replacing all of the pods.
Thank
They're
God.
overnighting them, so they'll be here Thursday.
Okay.
So that's
I mean, that's,
fine.
yep.
Um, and then I was like, okay, what about like all the insulin that's in those pods? Because I did the math, that's 2,100 units of insulin that I cannot use. Because once you put them in a pod, you can't get them back out. And once upon a time, Omnipod had an insulin reimbursement program where if you had a large number of pods like that, they would like put $100 credit on your account and that would go towards your next pod order. And so I like requested that and she was like, I am so sorry, we don't do that anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just out
So much,
2,100 units of insulin.
which how much is one? How much? How many units are in one of the vials?
That's a good question. I meant to look that up and I didn't.
Because we're going to do the math right now. I feel like we don't really want to know.
I did the math so I could tell her exactly how many units were in
Yeah.
the pods that I couldn't use.
But how much money are we out here is really.
How many units of insulin are in a vial? That's not how you spell vial.
Computer would have understood. Maybe.
Okay, well, this is
It's like
okay.
100.
A standard 10 milliliter vial of 100 of insulin contains 1,000 units of insulin. So that's two vials of insulin. I get four for every 90-day supply. So that's half of my 90-day supply. Also, for a 90-day supply, my insurance charges me $255.
That's with insurance.
That's with insurance. Without insurance, insulin is like $1,000 a vial. So let's see, 255 divided by four. So that's 63.75 a vial or 127.50 for the two vials of insulin that are in those pods.
That sucks.
Yeah. And I did yesterday while I was at work, I was like, because my mom, I was complaining to her, and she was like, well, why haven't you called them in to get them replaced? And I was like, well, I haven't had time. And I also need to call my insurance because I needed to order more pods because I'm out of pods now because
Gone through so
I've
many.
used 15. That should have been a month and a half. I'm supposed to use 10 a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They've been lasting me like maybe a day.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
Um,
I think my friend's son has been having some pod issues too.
I feel like I read, I don't want to like spread misinformation if I made this up because I don't remember, but I feel like I read that they changed manufacturers.
Oh, so maybe some hiccups.
Yeah.
Just sucks because it's like you
Yeah.
didn't ask for this shit.
No,
This is supposed to be a tool to make it easier.
no, no. I called my parents after I got off the phone with Omnipod 2 because I was annoyed about that they
Yeah.
got rid of the insulin reimbursement. And my dad was like, well, I guess you just have to play the hand you're dealt. And I was like, I don't want to talk about that right now. I just want to let you guys know that you really need to be enjoying your functioning organs. And he was like, okay.
Like, just let me be mad and validate my feelings.
But I was like texting my mom yesterday complaining because I also needed to call my insurance because I needed to order new pods. And ever since I switched insurances, they like got all of my prescriptions and they had to approve all the prior authorizations. And then ever since then, there's been a hold on each prescription that each time I try to fill it, I have to call to get the hold removed.
My
The
gosh.
only thing I've filled through my insurance this year is my Dexcom transmitter and my insulin. So sensors and pods I hadn't filled yet this year through my new
No,
insurance.
yeah.
Um, but I was like, well, I have to call and get that hold removed off the pod so that I can fill it. And I haven't been able to do that because I have to call between 9 and 5. It doesn't make sense for places to have normal business hours when other humans also have normal business hours. Like grocery stores are open later for a reason so that you can go after work. Like
Yeah. If they could have
even
some
like
later shifts or something,
yeah.
up till 8 or something.
So anyway, I made my mom call my insurance yesterday and pretend to be me because I was like, I need to order these because I
Yeah.
just I need stuff. So she called and pretended to be me, and she thinks the guy was really suspicious of her because he was like, "What's your zip code?" And she was like, "Uh."
Oh my gosh. He's just trying to verify your identity.
Yeah. And then apparently he was like, and how many like units are you supposed to use a day? And my mom was like, uh anyway, so luckily I was on lunch when this happened, but my phone rang and I didn't recognize the number, so I answered it. And he was like, "Hey, who is this?" And I was like, "Who is this?" And he was like, "This is so and so from the pharmacy." And I was like, "Oh, okay, this is Allison." And he was like, "Do I have you on the other line?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I do." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, I'm pretty sure our call got dropped." And I was like, "Yeah, I think so."
Oh my God.
They called back the number on file instead of the number she was calling from.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
anyway, yeah. So pods got ordered. The insulin, they like this morning I got a notification and it was like your order is being processed but can't be filled until like June 8th or whatever because it was too soon after I had filled it. And so I had to do like since that one the hold was already gone, I was able to do like a little online help
Yeah.
ticket thingy. And they were like, yeah, we can't fill controlled substances outside of the 90-day window. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to because almost out of insulin. And she was like, why is that? And I had to be like, well, because my insulin pumps keep failing and I can't get the insulin out of it. And she was like, oh, okay, we can do like a one-time override. And I was like, thank you for being a human.
Yeah, because sometimes people are assholes about it, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's not like,
It's
like
not cocaine.
what the fuck are like you can't like OD like you if you OD on insulin you die. Like
Yeah.
it's not like that's
I'm
what
not
you're fucking
taking
around
this
with.
for
Like no
funsies.
one's taking insulin for fun.
No,
Like
it's not an
unless you're
opiate.
trying to use it to kill someone, like,
Yeah,
but like even
no,
no, that's not what's happening here. Like, is
yeah.
that the concern here? Is that the
Anyway,
concern?
she was able to do a one-time override, and I was like, God bless. I was like, if I have to make one more phone call a day, that might be my 13th reason.
Like, I might just.
Like, that just might be the last straw.
Oh my gosh, I was covering a class today and they were just like working on stuff and I was just like noodling around doing what I do when I'm covering a class because
Yeah.
they're doing whatever. A kid whips out his fucking electric guitar and it's not like it's hooked up, but he's like playing it, except he's playing this way, which I
Okay.
just like have whatever. Anyway, he's playing his electric guitar and usually that kind of stuff, actually no, that kind of stuff does bother me. It just depends on the setting. It's one of those things where like I am a musician. I grew up a musician. I was a music major. Like I'm used to being around those kind of settings, but I'm used to it being
Good.
good. And there was this piece of me that was just like, I need to calm down. Like I need to relax. This is a child who is practicing his guitar, and is that really the worst thing? And then it got to this point where I was like, you put that away now. We're done. We're done. Like, and it was from like 0 to 100 because it was like in my head, and I was like, I am gonna smash this guitar. And it's not even like it was loud. It was just annoying enough, and it was like grating on me. And I was like, you're done. Away. And I even walked over, and I was like, no, like seriously, you're putting that away. And he did. He was like, he put it away, and then he pulled out like his little like pencil case, and he was pretending to work on his like guitar on that. And I'm like, I couldn't deal. I couldn't deal. And that I think that kid is just I've never had that kid in class. I've seen the kid in the hallway, but I was like, I think if I have this kid in a class ever, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Not in a bad like I think he's like a well-meaning, nice kid, but probably like
Annoying.
on the spectrum, um, just a little annoying. It is what it is. But like it just I walked over to another teacher's classroom. I was like, I'm gonna crash out. He's like, what's going on? I was like, this kid is practicing guitar and I cannot take it. Anyway, everything's fine. Bye. Waved at some children, went back to the room I was in.
Great.
There was a co-teacher in there too, so I'm like, why am I here?
Just take the money and run.
Exactly. I was like, money,
Yep.
money, 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 money. Anytime they're like, hi, can you cover a class? I'm like, say less. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Even if I'm like dying, I'm like, yep. Even if I know the class is horrible, I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
I will be there. I will go with a smile on my face because this is money added to my paycheck. God bless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so I forgot about that part of my day.
Great.
Oh, I also, it was so cute. So the school I work at has a couple of different magnets within the school, and one of them is an arts, media, entertainment magnet. and they had their little film festival today. I didn't go. I should have tried to go with my classes, but I forgot. But one of my coworkers had made these like fake movie posters to put on display for the film festival, like have as decoration. So she made one. Um, I think I have a picture of it somewhere on my phone that I can show you. Um, but she made one of me and she pulled my a picture of me in my outfit of Darth Vader at Disney. And she made it like a whole pretend movie poster. And they made it into a poster. And so they had it printed out
That's
and
cute.
they let me keep it. If you're on YouTube, you can maybe see that. Yep.
That's
So I
cute.
have that hung up in my room,
Good.
like in my classroom. I say in my room, people assume bedroom. In my classroom
Yeah.
where I teach
The youths.
the youths because I'm an educator. Oh, I did
Crazy.
officially get my line for next year. It's still tentative, but I'll be teaching 4 theater classes, um, yearbook, and then writers seminar. So a completely different English class than what I've taught any of the other years I've worked here. But
Great.
honestly, like a sick line, that's pretty cool.
Good. I'm glad you're happy.
It'll be great. So, I'm actually really stressed about the theater classes, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Good.
Hmm.
So you had prom this
Oh,
past
that's right.
weekend.
Yeah, I chaperoned prom. I love chaperoning prom because honestly, the kids at my school they're pretty good. They're cool kids. Um, and it's just so fun to see them dressed up and like just having fun. And then there's something funny about being an adult at a prom because most of the time the music that they're playing at the prom is like my people kind of music. It's not for the youths. And so I'm like vibing and I'm like, yeah, 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 in the club with my homies. And I'm like, why are they playing this song? Like, this was popular in the early 2000s before all of these children were born. Like, this is what was playing at my 7th grade dances. So there's that. And I heard some of my kids talking the other day about how it was like white people music. And I was like, they were not speaking in English. I still have a lot of students that don't really know to what
Mm-hmm.
extent I understand Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna keep it that way.
Yeah, it's a superpower.
It is a superpower. Especially my EL classes because I really don't speak with them and I act like I really have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of the middle schoolers have caught on at this point. So one kid asked me straight up in Spanish one day and was just like, "Is it true that you like understand Spanish but you just don't speak it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's about right." Uh, so there's that.
You
But
should have just been like, no.
like, I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Like, what did you say?
What? Come on. But yeah, at the end too, they played Latin music, and that was kind of fun because there were some songs that I knew that I now know,
Good.
and my students were like, "What? You know this song?" And I was like, "Of course I know this song. Do I even know the words?" I was like dancing with some of the other teachers towards the end too. I had to be in charge of cleanup. But
Mm-hmm.
that was totally fine. We loaded my car. My car was chock full of prom decor.
Like, could not fit a passenger in her car.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny because Alice and I went to Three Sisters on Sunday morning before our other things. And I was like, so we could maybe rearrange some stuff to get a passenger in my car, but
No.
there's so much in there.
Did
Uh,
you get the giant numbers out of your car?
yes, the children did that on Monday.
Good.
They had wagons and everything, and they were able to have it took 4 students and 2 wagon loads, and my car was emptied.
Nice.
Less. And I did not have to carry any of it.
I love that for you.
Yep, I just had to supervise.
Good.
And honestly, I thought prom was fun. I think most of the kids had fun. It was cute. It was if you're in LA, it was at Skirball,
Mm-hmm.
which I had never been to. There were actually 2 high school proms going on that night. But um, yeah, it was cool. I think yeah,
Good.
it was nice. It was so cute to see everyone. I did not take like any pictures. Bad form. I didn't get any pictures with my yearbook kids or anything. And then later, I had a couple kids that were like, "Wait, miss, can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, whoops, I didn't do this with anyone." I have like one picture of two of my students.
Cute.
I was like, you look so cute. Let me take a picture. And then I was like, wait, I feel like a mom. I need to
Yeah,
not.
well,
And then I took like a candid of some of my students sitting,
so you took some pictures.
but I didn't take like any pictures of like me with the kids.
Okay.
But I also don't like post
No,
those things, so I
no.
don't always think of it. I did take a video of the people that won prom king and queen. Well, they're the prom royals, but it was a king and queen this year, and they are dating. And it was so cute. So I took a video of them doing their little dance and it was really cute. And it was one
Good.
of those moments again where I was like, why am I being such a parent right now? Like, what am I going to do with this video? I was like, I don't know, but it's adorable.
Yeah. Tell the people what the prom theme was.
Oh, at last I see the light, Tangled.
So cute.
It was really cute. And they had it decorated cute. Like they had flowers and centerpieces.
Good.
And we didn't want like the floral arrangements back. So I told like all the kids, I'm like, and this is very like a very Latino
Hmm.
thing too, is like taking the centerpieces at the ends. But that was kind of nice. I could go around and be like, oh yeah, if you want the centerpiece, take it. We're just
Yeah.
keeping the candles and the placemats, but like the flowers and the vase, take it. And so a lot of kids have been accustomed to that, like, you know, like Mexican weddings, you take the centerpieces. So
Good.
pretty traditionally acceptable.
Good.
Yep. It was fun. And then, uh, my most exciting part of that day, I mean, not really, but I was looking forward to this like for so long, is as soon as I was able to leave prom, which was close to midnight. Prom ended at 11, but I had to load up my car and check in with my superiors, and they were like, you can leave. You do not have to wait with us with these kids. Peace out. See you Monday. And I was like, awesome, bye. Uh, I went to In-N-Out, and I was thinking about that for so long. So I got my animal style hamburger, and it was delightful.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
What is animal style?
it has like the sauce on it and like the onions and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, the In-N-Out sauce. The In-N-Out sauce is dairy free.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just the In-N-Out sauce is on the burger pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So hamburger with the In-N-Out sauce. Yeah, the In-N-Out I went to was crawling with, I think it was college students, but they all just looked like tiny underage people. Um, Couple of prom kids came in. I did the sup nod and then made my exit as
Hmm.
quickly as possible and ate in my car. I was like, I'm not sitting in here to eat this by myself.
No.
And apparently some of like my students came in and we probably just missed each other because I was in my car at like 12:20 with my burger. And they were like, we got there at 12:16. And I was like ships passing in the night.
Like, oh,
Oh
darn.
darn. I'm like, I didn't need to see you all after prom. I just really wanted my In-N-Out.
Like, I want to go
Like
home.
I am gonna eat this burger. If I had had any friends that were awake, I was like close to a bar we like to go to, and I'm like, I could have vibed and gone over there, but like,
I was asleep.
yeah, no one's awake. No one's awake. Don't do that. That was not very nice, friend. Ouch. Panini also got groomed on Saturday. She looks adorable.
She does.
Mocha and I did a hike that we haven't done in a very long time. So that was cool. Yeah,
What did I do on Saturday?
we got allergy shots.
I did get allergy shots. Oh, and then I came back and took a nap.
Hmm.
I've been doing this thing lately where I'm really tired because I don't sleep. And when I do sleep, I have sleep apnea. So I'm also not sleeping when I'm sleeping.
Hmm.
Um, so I've been doing this thing called I get home from something and I'm really tired and I lay down on the couch thinking I'll sleep for like an hour and then I wake up 3 hours later. That's what I did on Saturday. And then I cleaned. I was very productive after that.
Yeah, the house is very clean. I
Yeah.
noticed right away. Yeah.
Sunday we went to Disney.
Yes,
We
as
did
is tradition.
we did an evening trip this time, which was fun. We saw the new, well, not new, but the 70th stuff is up. We saw the Paint the Night parade,
Hmm.
which I really like that parade because I like when things light up. And then we saw the new fireworks, which I really enjoyed. It's a pretty good fireworks show.
Yeah,
There are
it's cute.
characters in it that you don't see very often.
Yeah, that was nice. I liked that.
Yeah. And then we went home because we had to be at work early.
Yeah, I had to deal with, oh my gosh, my um I did laundry Sunday morning because I needed to pretty badly. Um, but what I had done was I washed the jacket that I wore over my dress to chaperone prom. It's like a suede jacket, and I don't think it's ever really been like laundered.
No.
Um, and I didn't really look at the care instructions. I was just like, whatever, I'll just throw it in with everything, wash it. I didn't really think about the fact that it had probably never actually been laundered.
Or the fact that it was suede.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'll just put it in the wash and then I'll take it out to hang dry it. That's what I do with everything. Anyway, it was a bad idea. There was dye transfer from that black jacket onto my brand new piglet pink sweatshirt and my light pink Levi's t-shirt.
Mhm.
Um, and I didn't notice until I was putting laundry away and I saw it on the back of the sweatshirt and on the shirt. It wasn't horrible, but like it was noticeable enough to me. But they had gone through the dryer. But I had them sitting in a bucket of water with spray and wash that I like had doused them in. And when I dumped that water, like way later after I got back from Disney, I was dealing with that. So I dumped the water and I could tell like a lot of the dye had pulled out of the
That's
garments.
good.
So that was promising. So it was in the water, had pulled out of the garments. And I think I did get like most of it was able to pull out.
That's very exciting.
But that was like a long process too, because then those things were like completely sopping wet and full
Mhm.
of soap. So I just like showered with them and was like wringing and rinsing and it's a sweatshirt. So that was a process. And like in a perfect world, I could have gone and done like a little drain run in a washer or, a little dryer run. And I was like, that's not happening in a laundry room at midnight on a Sunday night right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend money on that
Yeah.
in the machines. So I just hung them on hangers in the shower. I think they're both finally dry now, but it took a couple days,
Yeah.
especially for the sweatshirt. But I think the dye came off the sweatshirt. And on the shirt, it's like it still looks a little bit grimy to me, but I think if I wear it and wash it like the next run, it'll be okay.
That's exciting. That's
Yeah,
exciting
so
that you got it out at all.
yeah, so spray and wash is the way to go. But that was what I did when I got back from Disney. I feel like there was something else random that I had to do at my apartment. But that was really the bulk of what I had to do was deal
Yeah.
with the dye transfer and I steamed the jacket. I think I need to get like one of those shoe polish
Mm.
brushes and just brush it out and it'll be fine because it looks a
Yeah.
little rough. I sneezed in the jacket sleeve when I was at In and Out and it was a productive sneeze. So I felt like I had to wash it, okay? That's what happened here. Um anyway, I think that just needs to not be a thing anymore. It
On
says hand wash cold, so you'd think, but I think it might be one of those like I just get a vodka spray and spritz the pits and then do a spot clean if I need.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's fine. It looks fine.
On the way to Disney on Sunday, we went to Sonic
Mhm.
and I tried the chicken sandwich that Siri likes.
The honey chipotle chicken sandwich. It's on the $1.99 menu and it is delightful.
It was delightful. The sauce is really yummy. I took a bite and that sauce went all over the front of my sweatshirt that I was wearing.
Brand new light pink.
So I was like, all right, great. And then when we got to Disney, we like walked over the little footbridge to downtown Disney like we normally do. When we went straight to the bathroom, I was able to get most of it out.
Yeah,
Um,
it took a while, but yeah.
yeah. And then we were walking through the shops in downtown Disney, and I got a nosebleed.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the nosebleed.
So before we even made it to Disney, I had gotten sauce on my shirt and had a nosebleed.
And then we were able, I think the only ride we actually did was
Ariel,
yeah,
yeah.
Little Mermaid. And it has that like black light section. And the funniest part about it was all of the little spots on your sweatshirt that lit up from the little bits of the paper towel that were still like clinging to the
Yeah.
fabric.
Like you couldn't see them,
No, because
but the black light could
the
see
black
them.
light could see the little,
That was
that
hilarious.
was funny. And then
Yeah.
the Disneyland on that sweatshirt that I was wearing really lit up.
Yeah, it did.
The gold.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah, that was fun. my Labubu's eyes lit up.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
kind of scary,
yeah, that was
actually.
creepy.
That was creepy because I
Yeah,
did bring a Labubu.
of course you did. You also took one to prom.
Yeah, I did. That was a requirement. One of my students was supposed to do it too, and he forgot. But another student had just gone to the brand new Pop Mart that opened that day, and she got a Labubu and she brought it to prom.
That's very exciting.
It was. So we were like, hey, Labubu. And I brought my fancy Labubu in her fancy dress. I was like, this is my prom date. Of course.
Properly attired.
Properly attired. She's ready to go. It was funny.
Good.
Yes.
Um, my car is fixed.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that last episode. She's still going strong.
She's doing great.
Yeah. Yep. Holding on for dear life, which thank God
That is that is the best we can hope for
I
sometimes.
cannot handle another thing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
going really well. I saw a TikTok today that I sent to you, and then I also put it in my Instagram story. It's from backstage at Death Becomes Her, and it's really brilliant. Um, I forget what sound it is, but it's really funny. Megan Hilty is flawless.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's her and then Stefan, and I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. Shoot, I don't remember what the sound is either. I mean, it's a popular one, but I can't think of
Yeah,
it at this
it's
moment.
the one where she stops and she's like, "I'm an adult."
Oh, it's like the I need to calm down. Like I'm an
Yes.
adult. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. I love it.
Yeah.
And the execution was flawless.
So good.
The Tonys are coming up. It's very exciting.
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi, Lila. Hello, sweet girl.
I slept really late today because I worked late last night and then I had to deal with that. Because, like, that was not a get home, go to bed situation.
No.
That was a get home, shower,
Your body's like fighting for its life,
wait for a
literally.
year and a half until things start improving, and then go to bed.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I slept late today. That was nice. Lila was really excited. I woke up and Lila and Winston both were on top of me, and I was like, this is great.
Gosh. Hi, Lila. Hello. I took the dogs on our long walk that I like to do. It's not even that long, it's like a mile. Um, but they were both dragging. They were dying. I mean, it is really hot, but I was like, come on, pick up the pace. They were like stopping to smell everything. And I was like, can you not? Like, we're trying to walk here. I'm trying to get my heart rate up. Nope. They were like, fuck your heart rate. I want to roll in this grass. And I was like, stop it.
You know, sometimes if you're a dog, not me because I'm allergic to it, but sometimes you gotta roll in the grass.
They did. They rolled in the grass a little bit, but I was like, we got places to go.
They
You
didn't
need
know
to
that.
eat dinner. Let's move it. I picked
Oh,
up Panini for a little bit. She hated it. She did not like being carried.
interesting.
She was like wiggly shifty. And I was like, fine, I'll put you down. And then I was like, oh, come on, come on. She's like, I'm like, what do you want?
Love and attention.
She just wanted to like stand there and roll in the grass.
Well, I mean, she's following her bliss, I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah. I think that will bring us to the end of this episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving,
Clearly.
clearly.